Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? 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 Hello, hello? Hello, hello, hello? Hello, how are y'all doing? Alright, now that I know the mic is working, I hope you will all play Fortnite with me and maybe join. It's okay if you don't. Sorry it took so long to finally start speaking. I needed to add tags to the live stream, a description, and a thumbnail, so I can reach as many people as possible. But yeah, like I said, it's a fun stream we're doing. If you want to join, feel free to. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted because of this copyrighted music, but it's whatever. You know? I know it's been a long time since I've live streamed. It's been about 3 months. Sorry about that, you know. Live streaming takes a lot out of me, so that's why I don't do it very frequently. You know, posting daily is a lot on the old soul, so live streaming frequently is also a lot. So we will eventually, of course, complete Help Wanted, and I think that was the only game we had left to do. We have to live stream and complete Shrek Forever After for PS3 and 360, Super Mario 64, and FNAF Sister Location. Those were the 3 we had to do. FNAF Sister Location, Shrek Forever After, Super Mario 64. Because I already filmed them. They were meant to be video series, but I just feel like they were not quality because I made them in 2025. And I wasn't in a good mental health space when I made them, so there's a lot of pessimistic stuff in it. So, I mean, I will eventually probably upload them to like Brother Cole in a couple months or years, whenever I get around to, but they're not going to be on the main channel. So we will redo Shrek Forever After, just live stream it instead of making it a video series, redo Sister Location, live stream it instead of doing a video series, and do Super Mario 64, live stream it instead of a video series, of course. So Super Mario 64, Shrek Forever After, and FNAF Sister Location will all be live streamed. They will all be live streamed. Yeah. I can't promise when. I can't say when that's going to happen, but it will happen. So I also got a Switch 2, so expect some Mario Kart, you know, Nintendo games like back in how I used to live stream on CPV re-uploaded back in 2024. So of course we will live stream Nintendo games like we did back in summer of 2024, you know, and I have my own Switch 2, so I have access to stuff like that again. So, you know, thank God for that. Doesn't matter. It's pointless. I'd hope people would join the stream, but it's, you know, it's a late on a Sunday, so I won't be surprised if somebody doesn't join. I can barely hear. Like, it's really hard to hear. But we will do FNAF Help Wanted Part 3, or 4, I think it was. We'll finish it. It's been so long. I mean, I started that game in November of last year, and it's still not done. So what? Let's see. It's like 7 months ago. Unfortunately, it's a bad habit of mine. I have a habit of starting things and either never finishing them or finishing them months, years after the fact. Can't tell you how many games, video series, so many different, creative ways to express yourself. Video series, live streams, games that I've started and then came back to months, years later. So let's hope Help Wanted isn't like that. But it is a hard game, especially without VR. If I had a VR headset, I probably would have been done by now. But the Night 5 for FNAF 3 and that baby minigame are way too difficult without headset. We had a PSVR 1, but it broke, so maybe if we get another one, I'll use that. That might just be what I end up doing. And it probably will be what I end up doing because it's way more convenient than just trying to complete something and it taking hours upon hours. Again, I'm going to apologize for the live stream not starting until about 9 minutes in. Like I said, I had to put tags on the video, hashtags, stuff like that. So I apologize sincerely for that. So like I said, I'm not expecting anyone to join, but part of me wants people to join. Okay? Let me show you my skills. More like my non-existent skills. It's been so long. I don't really play this game much anymore. It sucks. I'm kind of burnt out of PS5 games. That's why I've been playing my Switch 2 a lot. Because PS Plus can only get you so far, so I'm glad I have a Switch 2 that really breathed new life into gaming for me, getting a Switch 2, because I was finally able to play all the first-party Nintendo titles that I had been missing out on so long. Because, of course, since I sold my Switch, I'd have to play my brother's Switch. It's not the same thing as having your own console, because, yeah, your account is on his console, but you can't really transfer your save data to another console without Switch Online. I didn't have it till recently, so I'm glad I have a Switch 2 again. What's up, viewer? How are you doing? Thanks for joining the good old chat. But like I said, that and PSP. I know I haven't played my PSP in months. And I know I made a video about it. It's the second most popular long-form video on my channel. But I barely play the thing anymore. I have a good amount of games on the PSP, and I meant to get ROMs to put on the PSP back in November when I got it. I meant to put more games on it, but I just unfortunately never got around to it. I will do it eventually, because I love the thing, and there's so many great PSP games that I had as a kid and that I've always wanted to play that I would just love to add to my PSP games digitally, but I just haven't had the time. I've had the time, I just haven't got around to it. We'll eventually do it. Pac-Man, World 3, Parappa the Rappa, so many great PSP exclusives that I would love to add to my PSP. And I will eventually. But we'll figure out when that happens. And I have not modded my Vita. I wasn't going to, but the more I thought about it, I gave it some time and I realized I'm going to mod my Vita. I do need the game card to SD card adapter to do that, but once I do get that, I will mod it with pretty much every game under the sun you can think of. And I can get trophies on there. I'm not as big into trophies as I was last year. I used to be into trophies a lot last year. Like, that's all I would do. All I would do was just play PlayStation, whether it be PS5, 4, 3, and PS Vita even, and just try to get trophies. But, once you hit 100 platinums, you just kind of lose fun, because what's the next goal? 200 and then 1,000? And we all know, I only have 100 platinums because I used a bunch of shovelware. If I didn't use shovelware, I'd probably be like 40, 50. So I will say though, this year has been a very good year. You know, people have been saying we're gonna make 2026 the new 2016, and I believe it with my own two eyes. You know, I could I could see this year being like 2016, and I don't even need to see it being like 2016. I know this year will be like 2016, as it already has been like 2016. You know, the music, I've been listening to a lot of 2016 songs. You know, Cheap Thrills by Sia. You know, a lot of old school Fetty Wap, Justin Bieber. I Took a Pill in Ibiza. A lot of 2016 classics I've been listening to this year to try to make this year feel like 2016 again, and it's actually worked. You know? And I genuinely think this year will be a very, it's already been a good one, and I know it's going to be a good one because at the end of the day, you know, all you can do is just keep moving, you know? You know, the reason I used to be depressed was because I wasn't willing to let go of high school. But once I finally let go of high school, I let go of all the trauma, you know, the people that harmed me, and people who were friends, but, you know, I had to move on from them. Once I did that, I became a happier person, and I've been happy ever since I've done that. So that was a gift. Letting go of high school gave me a new outlook on life, it made me a much happier person, and I'm grateful to be alive at the end of the day. I used to hate my life. I used to be super depressed, but I'm grateful to be alive at the end of the day. I am blessed to be in the position that I am in currently, and I may not be where I should be, but I'm not where I once was. So I count that as a blessing at the end of the day. You know, like, you know, sometimes I get nostalgic for 2025, but, you know, you just gotta move on, and, yeah, move on, create new memories, and yeah, that's all you can do. Ooh, okay, that's not good. Do I really want to mess with this person? Doesn't look like I have a choice now. Okay, here we go. I'm actually gonna change my skin, because alright, here we go. Really, 3 rewards. I love to see it, love to see it, love to see it, yes sir. I want to get Bugs Bunny, okay, and I want to make it my ultimate goal to get him before this season's done. We're almost done with this OG pass. I don't think I'm going to be able to complete the battle pass, especially with how little time we have left this season, but I want to make it my ultimate goal to at least get Bugs Bunny. So, hopefully I can get that. Okay, we don't want to push copyright boundaries. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully that didn't give a copyright claim. That'd be not a good thing. Yeah, I'll give this game like another 4 years, unfortunately. But who knows, you know, I've been proven wrong before. I'd hope this game would last a while, but who knows? Do I have any music that isn't copyrighted? This is not copyrighted. Alright. Hello with some in Fortnite. Yeah, bro, but I'm chilling, you know. I will say on days where long form comes out, live streaming is a lot harder because obviously, you know, on days when long form videos come out, there's a long form and a short form to promote the long form. So that's 2 videos in one day. You know, and you might be asking a couple days ago, and I'm going to tell you this, okay? Basically, a couple days ago, it was the Mario Galaxy vlog, my most recent long form. You know, I posted the short form, and it didn't do good. Got like 2 views. So I reposted the short form with a different title, didn't do good. You know, created another video, didn't do good. And I created a Charlie Kirk meme template with Mario. It took 3 tries to get a video to do good. But it did good. And you know what? You could say, hey, Cole, the video didn't come out on the same day as the long form. It came out on the next day. That's right. But I mean, at the end of the day, we post daily, and that long form still counts as a video today. So, that's whatever. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do to get that. You know? I always say, and this is just my preference, but if a video gets over 100 views, that's a success in my eyes, okay? And I know 100 views in the grand scheme of things compared to what other people get in what I've gotten, because, you know, my most viewed video on YouTube is I think it's 250,000. My most viewed video on the internet of all time is on Snapchat Spotlight, and I have like 350. I think it's 350K on a Family Guy ranking. But on YouTube, it's 250K, okay? Now, my most viewed long-form video is on my brother's channel, NinjaGamer777, at NinjaGamer777. You go to that, you go to his most viewed long-form video, the GTA video. I made that and posted it, so that's my most viewed long-form, but not my most viewed video ever. I would love to get a long-form video that gets more than the GTA video. I want my most viewed long form video to be on my channel, and I hope one day it is, you know? I really do. Really hope one day it is, at the end of the day. And I really hope one day we can get a long form that hits over 1,000 views again, you know? Because, you know, my shorts, YouTube Shorts is an easy algorithm to understand. You know, I get a lot of views on shorts. You know, I get a lot of views on shorts. Praise the Lord for that. But long form is very difficult, you know. And it's very rare for me to crack 100 views on a long form. And it's mainly just because of just how difficult it is. It's a lot harder, you know, because when it comes to YouTube Shorts, you can post a YouTube short at any time in the day, and if it's an engaging enough video, it'll do good. But you can, I mean, like, timing matters in long form. Like, posting a video at 12 a.m. midnight, that's not gonna, your video's not gonna do good. You know? So, you know, thumbnails, titles, long form's a different game. I have not cracked the code to that, unfortunately. I hope one day I do get another video, long form, with 1,000 views. I hope I can get a long form video that has more than the GTA video on my brother's channel. But, you know, it's going to be a while before that probably happens. So, or who knows, maybe it will happen soon, you know. I've been proven wrong a lot in my life. You know. And you know what's crazy? It's a blessing. Okay, we should get out of here. I have a gift. I don't want to risk it with this guy. Okay, hold on. Praise you, Lord. I have a gift. I wouldn't say it's a gift, but well, maybe it is. I have the ability to know when a video is going to do good or not. I have a gift. Is the Mr. Beast video I posted. Is Mr. Beast video I posted back in February. And for some reason I said this video is probably going to get like 30, 31, 32K. And it got about 1,000 views. And I think an hour took, you got about 1,000 views in an hour. And then the video kind of capped its views. And then I wake up next day and 32,000 views. And it's happened before, like with the Feastables, Mario Galaxy, it's my most viewed YouTube video. I got like 1,000, maybe 2,000 views, and I was like, oh, I feel like I just had a feeling it was going to get more if you gave it time, and it did. And praise the Lord, it's still getting views to this day. When it hit 100K, that was crazy. But it hit a 200K, and now it's at 250K, and it might even hit 300K. So, I mean, it's crazy to me. I'm so blessed to be, able to create content and engage with a community like y'all. I'm so grateful. And we're dead. But no, I mean, I'm just grateful to have the, community that I have, like, we hit 100 subscribers. And then that isn't the first time I've hit 100. I've hit 100 before on several other channels. I think I hit 100 on 2 other channels. But I hit 100 on, the Cool Official November. Hit 200 in January. I think I hit 300 in March. And 400 in April, 500 in April. I hit a lot of subscriber milestones in April and May. So praise you all. But praise the Lord, of course, to be in the position of my life that I'm in. But no, I mean, I kind of want to... Let's see what skins we got. Because I'll be the first to tell you, Simpsons season was freaking goated. Oh, I loved the Simpsons season. Such a great era. I'm telling you, I'm very nostalgic for September, October, November, December of 2025. It's very nostalgic for me. Very nostalgic. Let's see. Perhaps I don't have as many skins as I had thought. Well, it's disappointing, but nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. I played as Renegade Raider, so I'll play as him. Hold on. Is this it? I think this is it, yeah. Dude, and it's crazy to me, like, that this came out in January of last year. Dude, and it's crazy to me, like... Cause, like... It's crazy, cause January 2025 was such a good year, but it's been so long. It has been a long time. So we could use that one. I thought that there was a dragon that came with it. Was there not? I stand mistaken. Well, that sucks. I'm just gonna do this because, like, it's whatever, bro. We'll do one more OG. Once that's done, we will do another round of another mode. Yep, it's been 3 months ago was the last live stream. I'm a live streamer, man. I'll tell you what. I love live streaming. I will say, when it comes to being on YouTube, you gotta be willing to take criticism, you know? Like I said, when you're making content, you have to take criticism, constructive criticism, so how you can grow, you know? I've learned there are people who give you actual good criticism, and then I learned there's people who disrespect you but hide it behind criticism. What I mean by that is they'll say what they're saying is criticism, but it's actually not criticism, it's disrespect. But there's people who actually are good people and give you actual good advice, and you have to be willing to take their advice. You don't have to be willing, you have to take their advice. You have to take constructive criticism to be better, to be bigger, to grow. If you don't take constructive criticism, you're not going to grow. Because let me tell you this, an individual gave me some constructive criticism. It was a video I posted back in November. He told me you got to put tags and hashtags on your videos so that they do better. And I said, you're right, I do. And that's what I ended up doing. You know, I used to not want to put hashtags in the description of my videos, or at least the shorts, but I do it now. I put hashtags in shorts. I put tags and hashtags. That's good criticism that the guy gave. You know, there's other good criticisms that I've gotten. Yeah. I've gotten other good criticism, you know. So to anyone who's given me good criticism, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you know what? At the end of the day, if there's people out there who gave me bad criticism, I welcome your bad criticism because I believe in freedom of speech, and I believe everybody should be able to speak their mind. And if somebody out there has bad criticism they want to give me it, so be it. I'll take it, and I'll try to use their bad criticism for good. You know, I'll try to use I wouldn't even call it bad criticism. It's just mainly, I guess, bullying. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll use their bullying for good. I'll take advice on it. I'll see what I can do with their bullying to become a better content creator. I welcome bullying at the end of the day because, you know, at the end of the day, I need bullying. I need people to hate on me so I can improve. Because, like, your biggest, this is something I found out, you know, good constructive criticism is amazing, but haters are like 10 times better than good constructive criticism. Because good constructive criticism will get you very far, but when your haters give you advice, you take that advice because it makes you a way better person and a way better content creator. So I found your biggest haters give some of the best advice. So you just got to listen to your haters. You know, don't turn off your comment section. Don't silence your haters. Don't turn off your comment section. because that isn't freedom of speech. That's not letting people give their advice. Let people speak their mind at the end of the day. Let people speak their mind. So, advice for y'all watching this, alright. Word of advice for anyone watching, take constructive criticism, good or bad. What I mean by bad is if there's someone who's a bad person give you criticism, take their criticism, dude. Take constructive criticism. To all the people that have ever given me criticism, constructively, good criticism, thank you. I welcome it, and I will continue to try to improve in the future. And people who have given me, bad criticism or been a hater, I welcome your opinion too. And I will try to use the negativity and your advice to better myself. I'll take all criticism. I will take all criticism and try to better myself and better my content with it. So, thank you all so much for everything, of course. Okay, so we're gonna play as him. Ooh, excuse me. I don't think that, unfortunately, I don't think there's any. Yeah, there isn't any. Well, I can always do this. I actually like the Alright, here we go. I will say, I think this is my third skin. We're gonna go back to Ariel eventually, because I don't want to mix match my skins too much. Alright, here we are. I'm enjoying myself with this game, to be honest with you. So, you gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day, bruh. I didn't even know that was in the game. I haven't played this game in so long. Oh, we're gonna hit it. Okay. Who is driving? I don't even know how you would drive. I haven't played this game enough. I don't think this chapter is nearly as good as people say it is. And I try not to get nostalgic anymore, because when I do get nostalgic, I unfortunately get a little bit ahead of myself. So, I don't want to get too nostalgic, but Okay. So we are not dying. to anyone. But you know, this game is so freaking difficult. Okay, I think I got all the guns. I don't think he can... Can he get any? Okay, hold on. Hold on. What's up? It's Fortnite? What's Came? I'm sorry. What's up? How you doing? I'm doing really good. What you be doing? Yeah, I'm playing as my boy Cleveland Brown right now. Let's go venture for that person. I don't know if going to see other people is a good idea, but I welcome. Now, hold on. Oh, who is this? Hold on. Show yourself. Okay, yeah, we're gonna die. Well, I was not expecting that, but it's whatever. I like this. I like this a lot more. And I want to make sure we can get a double barrel. Okay. Perfect. We're just going to steal their nice convertible and get out of here. Okay, yeah. Let's hope we didn't get copyrighted from that. How do you turn the freaking radio off? Turn it off. Thank you. No, turn it off. Turn it off. I don't want it on. I better not have gotten a copyright claim from that. I want to make sure all my videos people can watch from all regions. That's why I quit putting copyrighted music in my videos. Because yeah, your video won't get taken down, but I mean, it's still copyright claimed, so some people can't watch it. You know what? I don't care anymore. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just want to give a big apology to at Havert5965. I just want to give a big apology to you for not being... I want to give a big apology for not responding to you in the correct manner. I'm super sorry. Please forgive me. You didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. So, like I said, I want to give a big apology to at Havert. Let me see. I want to give a big apology to at Havert5965 for not responding to you the way I should have. I didn't say anything rude, but I'm sorry for my actions. Please forgive me. You did not deserve that. Okay, that's not a good sign. Let's get out of here. So like I said, if there's any other games y'all would like me to play, please let me know. I'm willing to play anything, really. I'm not, against playing anything. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Yes, sir. Praise the Lord for that. I didn't even know we were in a rivalry. What's that say about me? I actually haven't won a game this season in either OG or Battle Royale, so here's hoping that this is the match where that does happen. Hey, boy. Think you going, boy? Yes, sir. What we like to see, boy. Alright. We don't need that no more. Well, I don't know how to do this. I think it's done. It's done. I don't care anymore. Leave it on the dang thing. It doesn't matter. The thing, like, I would love to play GTA for y'all, and I will eventually. It just, the thing is, like, with the copyrighted music, like, that's such a big part of the game. Playing on the radio, playing radio stuff, like, it's a big part. Not the whole game, like, you can play without it, but it's not as fun. And that's the problem, especially if you're playing a game like Vice City, where, the music from that era, the 80s, are very important. So, it's just a word of thought. It's a difficult thing to do at the end of the day, so. Yes, sir. What's up, new viewer? How you doing? What's up? How you doing? I'm playing some Fortnite right now. Trying to get that victory royale. There's about 8 people left. We might do it, we might not. I don't know. We'll have to see. Depends how I'm feeling today. Okay, I'm stuck. I can't move. Yeah, there's a person right there. Okay. Yeah, and this is definitely one of the moments where we die. But who knows, Crazier stuff has happened in my life. Alright, hold on. Alright, hold on. Okay, there's like... Toot, a whore! Come on. Wanna go? That's fair, That's fair. I didn't expect to do that good anyway, so that's fair. That's fine. It's all good. All good. I don't know why I have 5 rewards. I don't believe I leveled up that much. But whatever. We'll take it. I ain't complaining. Okay, so that was a lot of work. And I think I'm done. I've completed the OG, praise the Lord. All I gotta do is get a Victory Royale in OG, then I have everything from Season 8 OG. Now, hold on. I used to main him all the time. All the time. Yeah, we're gonna put on him for now. I'm trying to think. Excuse me. I used to, I think I used to... You know what? We'll take it. Not what I expected. It's not as bad as I thought, right? Let's see emotes. Are there any emotes? No. Okay. Okay, yeah. Hold on. We can do it. Hold on. No. Okay. Okay, wrong one. Hold on. Okay. Are there any emotes? Hold on, we gotta get prepared. Doesn't he have a built-in emote? Thought he had a built-in emote. It is. Alright. That's a glitch. That looks terrible. Why does it look so bad? Feels good to be playing with this skin again. Oh, this was my main. This and Deadpool. Oh, such a good movie. I miss that era, but gotta move on at the end of the day. This is the last Battle Royale game, though, probably. So, you know. Do with that information what you will. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it down there in time. I don't know, dude. Just Chapter 7, it isn't what I personally want out of Fortnite, you know? Like, I stick to OG Save the World. Chapter 6, I loved Chapter 6. People hated it, I think. I think they hated Chapter 5, and a lot of people hated Chapter 6. They were goated, you know? Both of them were goated. Great chapters, some of the best. You know? I just don't think Chapter 7 has really been able to capture the feel of either Chapter 5 or 6, which a lot of people think is a good thing, but I don't. Because, you know, to me, it's just like Fortnite's lost its identity. It used to be something a lot different than what it is now. So, you know, it sucks, but what you gonna do, right? You know? It really isn't anything you can do, you know, and that's the thing about this. So a lot of people need to understand. It's not as simple as it sounds. It's not as easy as it looks. You know, Fortnite is not an easy game. It never was, it never will be. It's a complicated mathematical equation at the end of the day, and it's systems upon systems, and it's not easy. Alright. Praise you, Lord. But yeah, no, Fortnite is a complicated game, full of complicated processes. It isn't boom shakalaka. It isn't an easy game at the end of the day. And that's the thing. That's what people need to understand. Fortnite ain't easy. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all gravy, baby. You know, it's all gravy, baby. So just gotta move on. Strive to be better in the future. Okay, we could really use that right now. And see, there's a war. There is a war. You know, starting right now. In a war, we don't need war. We don't want a war. We don't need a war. You know, stop with the Iran war, Trump. You know, it's like just stop invading Iran. You know, leave Iranians alone. You know, like I ain't dying for Israel, and you know, why would I? I'm not gonna die for it. It's not my country. It's an evil country, and I don't agree with it, so I'm not gonna die for it. So, you know. But I mean, what's really new under the sun? You know. You hear about this stuff all the time, so. You know. That's why I try not to get as political as I used to, because, you know, you're hearing about it all the time anyways, you know, and I really want my videos and, you know, my content to be a place where you can escape from all the bad stuff going on in the world and just take a minute, you know, to just enjoy yourself for 1 hour, you know, 1 minute. You know, one of my videos, if it can make someone out there, you know, be happy, and, you know, quit having anxiety, quit worrying, quit being depressed for 1 second, you know, for even a millisecond, you know, I take that as a W. I take that as a win. You know, my goal is to spread the gospel, spread positivity. You know, I'm not going to deny the negativity, because there's, you know, the world's a negative place, and that's the thing. The world has always, well, it hasn't always been, but yeah, ever since the fall, the world's been a negative place. So, you know, you gotta acknowledge the negativity, the bad stuff. You gotta fight against it, and just try to be positive, help people out. You know, put others above yourself. You know, it's my life philosophy. Selflessness. You know, I worship Jesus Christ, God Himself manifest in the flesh. So, you know, it's not an easy task, but you know, it's worth it, because you get to see people be happy and be where they should be. So, it's a worthy investment. And you be happy, and, you know, helping people, I just love doing it, you know. In any way, shape, or form, I can do it. I love helping people. And, you know, I've struggled with depression a long time. I don't struggle with it much anymore. Sometimes, you know, every now and then I will. But, you know, ever since I let go of high school, you know, I had a situation where one of my old friends, you know, didn't feel the same way, you know, that I did. And, you know, I had to realize I had to let go of high school, and maybe not let go of that old friend, but move on. You know, like, we're still, I wouldn't say, I mean, I guess we're friends, but we're not close friends. But I had to let go of him. You know, obviously I'll always be there to support him and help him out, but, you know, I'm not gonna let him dictate my life anymore. And I have nothing against him at all, you know, nothing but love for him. But, you know, we both had to go down our own separate paths. He's doing his own thing, I'm doing my own thing. And, you know, that's the thing in life. And I want to preface this: when you leave high school, majority of the people that you hung around, minus maybe one or two, you will not see anymore. You know, and that isn't, you know, anything. Like I said, the guy, you know, the person who like we're not as close as we used to. We had to go down both separate paths, you know. Nothing against him, all love for him, but you know, you quit hanging around these people you went to high school with, and it's nothing personal. It's just life gets in the way. Because once you leave, high school, you either go to college, you either do a trade school, go to work. Your life gets busy, and you don't have as much time as you used to, and you got to pick and choose who you want to be in your life, and who's really important to you. And some people, I love them to death, but they're not as important as others, so you got to make sacrifices, and that's the thing. When you leave high school, a lot of people, and this is the thing, okay, when you leave high school, you'll be, a lot of people, including myself even, you just miss high school, you wish you'd go back, you don't see majority of the people you used to hang out with in high school, you used to go to high school with, you miss high school, wishing you could go back, being in that situation again. Of course, if you had a good high school experience, and if you didn't, then you're not going to look back on it fondly with memories and love. You're just going to say, oh, that was, hell, that wasn't a good experience, I don't want to go back to that. So, it's all dependent on how your high school experience was. If it was good, you're going to look back on it fondly, wishing you could go back. If you didn't have a good experience, you're not going to miss it at all and just be like, I never learned or, needed anything good from that place. That's what you're going to do. You're going to say, I never missed it. I don't look back on it fondly missing it. Like, I moved on. And that's all. That's really all you can do, because life is not an easy thing, and at the end of the day, sometimes all you can do in life is move on. And like I said, when you get rejected, when people don't feel the same way as you, all you can do, and the intelligent and mature thing to do, is to respect their decision and move on with your life. Okay? I respected my friend's decision, wanting to go a different path than mine, and I respected it, I accepted it, and I wish him the best, and I moved on with my life. That's the thing, and this is really what you got to think about. Some people just, their lifestyles are not compatible, and I'm not talking about wrong lifestyles. I mean, two very good lifestyles, nothing wrong with either of them. They're just not compatible, We all got different interests, and sometimes those interests are not compatible with other people's interests, and that's okay, Work in the hour when you need to work to make the world a better place, work together, but when you don't have to, then go down your own separate paths at the end of the day. Life's a beautiful thing, but it's also a very hard thing, It's a mixed bag, but I mean, you know what? And I'll be the first to tell you, I am not the kind of person to dwell on stuff very long. I'll be the first to tell you, I get over stuff very easily. There's two things I have that could either be seen as a blessing or a curse. Number one, I have a very good memory. I remember the smallest details, the days, the exact times, months, days, things that happened, And that's a good thing because, I can help people when I need to, and I can remember things. I won't forget anything. I'll forget some things, but very, very small things. But major things, I remember majority of everything, which is a good thing when I need to help someone or remember a memory, but it can be a bad thing when someone's wronged me, disrespected me, treated me with disrespect, treated me terribly. When you're a victim of bullying or other things, you don't forget that. If you have a bad memory, like a lot of people I know, they don't have I wouldn't say a bad memory, but not a really good memory like I have, to where they can remember almost everything about a certain situation. You kind of just forget about a lot of situations that people hurt you with. But if you remember everything like me, you can forgive, yes, and you want to forget, but it's really hard because, your just brain won't let you at the end of the day. Like I said, forgive, and I really try to forget. I really do, but it's hard when you really can't suppress memories. You cannot forcefully, willfully suppress memories. That's not I don't believe that is a human trait we have, to my knowledge, of course. Maybe some people can, but it's not something I'm capable of. And the second trait I have is, I'm trying to remember, a good memory, a very good one, and I get over things very easily. Death, I get over death very quickly, okay? It takes me maybe a week, maybe a week or two, maybe a couple days to get over death, you know? If it's a very serious death, I cry a couple times, but I get over it very, very quickly. And I think that's because, if the person is saved, I'll see them again one day. And even if they're not, obviously, their fate is a terrible fate. But, if I, preach to them, if I lived my life like Jesus would want me to, living the gospel and full of grace and truth, actions and words, then that's all I could really do. And I'm not going to blame myself for that. But I'll regret it. I'm sorry, I wouldn't regret it. I'd feel terrible for that person, obviously. I will always feel terrible for unbelievers who die. The point I'm trying to make is I get over death really quickly, and of course that doesn't mean it's not just death. It's situations in general where I'm a victim of wrongdoing. I wouldn't say my friend is a bad person, but what he did caught me off guard, and I had to grieve. I really had to grieve that. It was something I had to grieve. Being rejected in that way from someone you used to hang around and grow together so deeply to hear, oh, I want to go separate ways. That was grieving at the end of the day. I know we're still friends technically, but we'll never be. We will never be where we once were, and that is grieving. That is, you needed to grieve that. You needed time to get rid of that. It took about a day or two to get over that, but I got over it. So I get over situations, pretty much any situation, bad situations, death, where I'm a victim of some sort of bullying or something like that. I get over it very quickly. I wouldn't say that that's necessarily a bad thing, not as much as the memory thing, but like I said, a lot of people take a long time to get over death and grief, and when I get over it very quickly, that doesn't mean I'm hard-hearted or a bad person. It just means I get over things differently than other people. But some people may see that as a bad thing because I don't take as long to grieve as they would, or they don't think I'm taking the situation seriously, or I take all situations like that seriously. I grieve and get over things a lot quicker, very, very quicker than most people do. That doesn't mean I don't take the situation seriously. It just means I get over it quicker than most people do. Which, again, can be considered a bad thing or a good thing. I mean, it ultimately is your perspective. What is your perspective on the matter? You gotta ask yourself that, because we all feel certain ways about certain things. We all have different opinions, differing convictions on things, and that isn't, of course, about things that are, things that matter and things that don't matter. It goes both ways. So you gotta ask yourself. You really got to ask yourself, what are you got to figure things out, I will say always do the right thing. Always do the right thing and do what Christ would want. That's my advice, of course. That's my advice. That's my advice. But yeah, a new commentary video will be coming out tomorrow. It's about the whole EDP situation. He was banned off YouTube. You'll see the video tomorrow. Yeah, but, I don't know when it's June 5th. So I might be going to I might be going to the Celine graduation. So if I do end up going, to the Celine graduation, I will be live streaming it. So look out for that live stream. I will be live streaming the Celine graduation for my brothers and sisters in the class of 2026. Do I want to... Did they get rid of Blitz? No, they didn't. There's no way. Hold on. Okay, no, they didn't get rid of it. It's just not as popular as it used to be, unfortunately. It's whatever. What I like about Blitz is how quick it is. It's a very quick thing. You can get over it very quickly. It doesn't take a long time. You know? So, you know. Like I said, at the end of the day. Okay. So this is quick. This is quick, and it's not going to be as long, which is what I love, and I'm grateful for. Okay. So let's do this. 31 people. We can probably get this done decently quickly, but I don't know. Okay. Just getting rid of stuff we don't need. So, and using it so other people can't get a hold of it. That's very important to me. Really, Overwatch. I think these are Overwatch. These are Overwatch items. And it turns to be in the first person. They're getting rid of Blitz Royale. We are going to have to play that because that was one of my favorites. Not really, but it was nostalgic, and I'm sad that it is leaving. It's a rather misfortune, truly. But what are you going to do, right? Not much you can do. Shh. Okay, praise the Lord. But that's another thing about this game mode. It is incredibly empty. Incredibly empty. And it's hard to find people to fight. Because there's already 6 people, and this is like a 10... We've been playing this 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes, 5-minute game. But that's a good thing. 5-minute games is exactly what we need right now. Reload would be very fun to play, but I don't really want to play Reload today. Maybe another time, of course. Oh, forgot you can't build. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so we're not using this because I don't know how to. Okay, that sucks, but what are you gonna do? There's no thing you can do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see how many levels we can get, and yeah, I'm trying to see. I think I used to rock this combo back in the day, so let's do it. You know, it says I am live. I think I'm live. Yeah, it says I'm live, so. Here we are. Sorry, it was just a... I don't know. I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna worry about it. Just do auto, honestly. If it's taking that much to keep this stream up, like, just do auto, dude. Of course, yeah, my internet. Why am I surprised? My internet, ugh. Gosh, I hate my internet. Let's go frickin' kill some people. What the frick was that? Thank God, bro. Like, come on. Is it that freaking difficult? Okay, no. Like, is it that difficult to do stuff like this? You know, and I hate to be the guy to say it, but come on, you know. Now, what is that? Is there like a fly in here? Why is there a fly in here? Okay, we're done with this. I'm turning the... cool. I'm sorry for being AFK, y'all. I'm just trying to do this. Yeah, my freaking phone is trying to freaking make it impossible for me to... Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm live, like, I don't know what the problem is. Here I am. Why is this taking so long? Like, come on, bro. Like, this is not a complicated process. It doesn't matter. Let's see if we can get a win. Here we go. We're gonna go. Why was that needed? Like, I'm still... these gotta be like Overwatch. Lovely. Why am I surprised? Yeah, so who is this on the loading screen? I'm just very curious. It's a very interesting loading screen, for sure. So, good, you know. Let's get back to what we used to have, though. Yeah, please don't randomize it, please. I just prefer that, you know. I'll always prefer random. Everything when it comes to everything, just not skins. Can y'all hear me? This is making it look really laggy on here. Everything when it comes to... I'm sorry, I'm sure it's fine, but it's just ridiculous, the fact that this is... Alright. There we go. Baby. We got this. Praise the Lord. Here we go. Okay. back when I used to play this with my cousin. Hopefully one day we can again. I used to land here, but looks like we're not even going to have enough time to do that, so. Looks like everyone's landing here, so I'm just going to say, frick it, we ball. If we die, we die. Here we go. Hold on. Dang! I show speed! But in all honesty, like, we really do need to get some sort of healing, because, yeah, we don't got time for that, unfortunately. Let's get the frick out of here. Might be. There we go. Alright. If we can win this, that'd be pretty cool. But it's probably not gonna happen. But hey, at the end of the day, it's the end of the day. Here we go. No freaking way, bro. That was crazy. Shh, shh. Be quiet, be quiet. We might be able to make this. Alright, hold on. Here we go. No way, bro. Yeah, they might. The first one might not be that good. Alright, get out of there. Get out of there, bro. You're gonna need this. We might win this. This might be our first win. And the only one of the frickin' stream, because we're about to be playing some Save the World after this. So. Yo! Yo! Praise the Lord. Yes, sir. We gained like 14 levels today. Let's see if we can get 20. It's crazy. Don't do that. I at least want to complete just up to here. I don't need all the bonus stuff. And I want to get my V-Bucks, at least a decent amount of V-Bucks back. I don't even know if I'll have enough to, like, I'll probably have enough to get the next one, but that doesn't mean I'm going to. Please stop. I don't want that in my video. Okay, and just to be sure. Looks good. Okay. Here we go. If I can find it. Here we go. It's free now. Let's play. I actually, like, I'm glad it's free so people who would never have been able to play it can play it. But at the same time, like, they promised it would be free to play in 2018. It's been 8 years. Why did it take 8 years to make this game free to play? Furthermore, they ruined the entire AI. Like, I know it used to look old, like, from before COVID, 2020. You know, the game's pretty much been the same since 2019, but I like that. I liked 2019. I loved it. It's one of the greatest years of all time. 2016, 17, 18, 19, 15, 14, pretty much the entire 2010s, but especially 16, 17, 18, 19, some of the best years of all time, and the fact they got rid of that is a little infuriating, but whatever. It's been a while. Okay, so yeah, as you know, these are all my heroes. They're all Battle Pass skins. That is the point. So, like I said, I do have another hero voucher, I believe. Here it is. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but I will. That's Adventure, but we're not here for that. We're here for Stonewood. Okay. And like I said, I'm just going to use whatever hero. Let's see what hero. I don't even know. How do you do this? Here we go. I'm just gonna do Black Knight Garridan, and we're gonna join. Alright, here we go. I'm also going to be muting the other players, just because, I don't know, I don't want to... Man, I tell you, they really...
If you want to craft bullets, you're going to need nuts and bolts. Smash any vehicle you can find to get started.
They really screwed up the way this game looks. Everything, just really everything. It's disappointing.
Some great baseline data here. Keep up the good work.
Can you hear me?
By targeting cars. Great source of
I don't know if they... Oh.
I can't help but feel bad for the poor animals. Not that I'm a vegetarian. I just prefer to not think about how those nuggets get onto my plate.
I never figured you for a nut kill.
I'm not a nut kill, Dennis. I just think that maybe we're being a bit cavalier.
I'm going to look that up, and if it's not nice, I'm putting you on the Nugget enemies list.
Fine. Then I'll put you on the
I don't really care, dude.
list. Stop threatening to put each other on lists. This isn't the message board.
One of our drones has taken damage. We can't let the husks destroy the drone. Head to the crash site.
Alright, but yeah, As you can see, of course.
Not to get all venture capitalist on you here, but I think I'm close to a breakthrough that'll change everything. I haven't ordered the turtleneck yet, but I have added a few to my cart.
It doesn't matter.
That's everything. Head back to base.
But yeah, as you can see, the point of this mode is to kill zombies, get missions done, get XP. It's very fun. You know, I've been playing it pretty much regularly for the past 2 years, I believe. So I like it. A lot of people probably won't like it, but I like it, and I mean that's all that matters, right? So but yeah, like I was saying, it's crazy how long it's been. I haven't been playing Fortnite recently, so yeah, I used to play this game regularly in like February of this year, but I just you know, haven't had the motivation to play it much anymore, unfortunately. You know, life gets busy and you gotta make sacrifices, so but, you know, it's whatever. I still have fun, so that's all that matters, right? So sorry if the quality is terrible. I don't know what's going on. My internet really isn't that bad. It's pretty good, but I guess for some reason it doesn't want to work today. So whatever, you know. There's nothing you can do about it. What's going on? Shout out to @CupcakeE777 with the hyphen between the 7s and the E's. What's up? What you doing? How do I mute myself? It doesn't matter. It could be worse, right? Yeah, I got this hoverboard. It kind of looks like the one from Battle Royale, but it works entirely different. It's not as fluent as the one from Battle Royale. The one from Battle Royale, you can do like backflips, move it all willy-nilly. That's what's up. Yeah, I got I think it was Max from the Stranger Things McDonald's meal. It was very good meal, very cheap, very affordable. So I'm grateful they made that. That's really cool. 11. You know, I haven't really watched. I'm not a big Stranger Things person. I don't really watch it. I'm sure it's good though. You know, I thought about watching it, and since it did just end, you know, it's not like I have to catch up on much. I could just binge watch the whole show. So I might start watching. I don't know. I know there is a new spin-off, animated. Of course, I'd have to watch that too, but I don't know. I'm more of a movie guy. I like movies more than TV. I know it's not. That's cool, yeah. Lucas is great. You know, I know movies are not. You know, you can't make TV shows, you can make them really long. Like each episode's an hour. So it's like 8 movies per season because it's 8 episodes a season if they do that. But I just prefer movies. I like going to the movies, you know. I know the story is shorter because they have to compact it into a 2.5 hour, 3 hour time frame rather than a like 8 hour, you know, different parts. But I just prefer movies. But no, I like Stranger Things. It's cool. You know, I really should have seen the final episode in theaters. I know I haven't watched it, but you know, I'm always down to try new movies, and I know it's not technically a movie, but it pretty much is at this point, right? So, yeah, I've wanted to, and I did see the Michael Jackson movie. I seen the Michael Jackson movie 3 times. Of course, the first time, the vlog on my channel, second time, vlog on my channel, third time, seen it with my dad in IMAX, so. And I did see the Super Mario Galaxy movie 2 times. I'm sure you know I tried seeing it a third time. You know, hopefully I can get around to seeing it a third time before it leaves theaters permanently. I don't know if it has left, but if it hasn't, I would love to see it again. So, you know, I'd love to see it again. But yeah, The Amazing Digital Circus, the last act, comes out in theaters June 9th. The last episode of The Amazing Digital Circus. You know, I'm not a big Amazing Digital Circus fan, but hey, I'll go see it for a video. And I'll go see it for content. So yeah. Okay. Okay.
This will not do.
Wait, that's me talking. I didn't even know. Oh. Sounds like Breaking Bad, which is another show I have yet to see. Yeah, I think the thing with shows is they're just so long. That's why I don't see it. So I don't watch them. They're just super long and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, you know? Just a lot of it. You know, like I said, it's not too late for any of y'all viewers to join the stream. Again, feel free to. Don't feel like you have to be pressured into it. You're not pressured, but you know, feel free to join. Feel free to join, of course.
Never.
Here we go. Talk about lag. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Talk about lag.
We've got a bonus in play.
Brother, Brother, what's that, brother?
Unworthy.
I tell you, a lot of great memories. Lot of great memories from my freshman year and sophomore year of high school. A lot of great years. lot of great memories. I mean, I don't know why I said years. Jermaine, get that freaking dog off the dang couch. Shut your dumb ass up. I've known this dog longer than I know you. Don't bag talk me. Shut up, Jermaine. Yes, sir. Love Jermaine. If you know, you know Jermaine. I know my boy Jermaine. And Larquisha. Alright, so I'm going to be streaming GTA Vice City later. And just a fair warning, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, do not expect me to complete this freaking game. Okay? Do not expect me to complete it. On stream or in general. I don't think I'm going to complete it. I met her on my way to Chicago when she was all alone. And so was I, so I asked her for her name. She smiled and looked at me, and I was surprised to see a woman like her was real into me. She said she didn't have no man. Great song, great song. Great song. Oh my gosh, you know, I feel so bad. I'm such a bad teammate. I've barely helped my frickin' teammates at all. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? I'm sorry, my teammates. What's up, brother? I have failed you. Who the frick is Penny?
Did I hear the dulcet tones of discord?
Like, bro, I don't know why they're trying to act like I'm getting invested in this story, and like I physically cannot get invested. Like, I just can't, you know. And I hate to be the guy to say that. I just cannot get invested.
Now leave me to the coal.
Bonus challenge success.
I would say, like, genuinely, like, my favorite GTA is either Vice City or San Andreas for sure. Like, I played them when I was 11, 10 years old on the PS2. Now I have them on PS5. You know, it's crazy how fast time goes by. One minute you're a 10-year-old kid in 2017 playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City on your frickin' PS2 in your dad's bedroom. Now you're a grown man, almost 19 years old. You know, figuring out life. It's crazy. Crazy. Like, 2017 does not feel like it's been 9 years. Like, COVID screwed up my perception of time. Like, whenever I hear 2016, I'm like, oh, 4 years ago. Whenever I hear 2021, oh, like 1, 2, 3 years ago. I don't think of 5 years ago, 2021. 9 years ago, 2017. I don't think about that, you know? I don't think about it. And I think the part of the reason that is like 2020, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they all feel the same. You know? Like, what technological advances has happened in these last 4 years? You know, because, like, you think about 2016, 17, 18, 19. You know, that's another 4 years. You know, even 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. There was a lot of technical advances, you know, like iPhones, they just got better and better. You know, newer consoles came out. You know, the Switch came out. We went from portable gaming consoles being, you know, a separate genre to, hey, instead of let's have a separate handheld, let's just make our home console our handheld. So, like, not a lot of technological advances that happened 2021, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know? Now, a lot of technological advances has happened. Which is crazy. Oh, frick, hold on. First time I've done anything this frickin' past week. Come on. See, but it's either I play Vice City or Bully, but I recently played through Bully again. So like, do I really want to play through Bully again? Not really.
This will not do.
Excuse me. What's up?
30 seconds left to go. Launch in 3, 2, 1. Lift off! Bonus challenge success. Good job, team. Do we have anything else to launch? I'm on a roll.
Na 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 na. Alright. Who be you? Who do it be? Who do be there? Who do be there? Who do be there? Who do be there? Who's that? Met her on the way to Chicago when she was all alone. And so was I, so I asked her for her name. She smiled and looked at me, and she was surprised to see a woman like that was real into me. She said she didn't have no man. Hold on. Where the frick even is GTA Vice City? Hold on. Cause it's gonna need a download. I'm looking through my well, I do not have nearly as many games purchased as I thought I did. I don't know if you can see that. It should say on my console. Hold on. Alright. What's up, viewer? How you doing? What is up, my viewer? It is downloading. Okay. What's up, viewer? How you doing? Ooh, we got a trophy. Loot legend. Loot 300 treasure chests and successful missions.
Gird your ontologicals, Commander, because what I'm about to say will be shocking. I have reason to believe the storm has created a new branch of physics. A passive branch of physics. If that's true, that means the rules of reality itself can be impacted by what you do. And I know we just met, but if you give me a chance, I think we can improve your team's ability to fight the storm.
You know, let's try Carbide, you know? I haven't used him. Okay, yeah, that's a glitch. No, it's not. Alright, here we go. Let's do quick play, because I just want to get games done and over with, so let's do quick play. What? I'm playing by myself. Okay. Okay, good. Alright. So, first time playing is Carbide. There was a way you can get him doing quests on venture modes. I wasn't good enough at that, so I just used 2 of my hero recruitment vouchers. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Do I really want to... I just used... I used 2 of my hero recruitment vouchers. One of them to get Carbide. I haven't used the other one yet. So. What?
Nope.
I don't know what he's talking about. You know, I love this game, and I love its flaws. You know? But they really gotta fix this game, because this is just unbelievable. You know, I really wish I didn't do that, because that was actually pretty cool.
Sorry.
It don't matter.
Nuh-uh.
Whenever one of your soldiers lands consecutive hits on the same target, my passive spectrometer goes haywire. Try it yourself.
Dude.
See? What did I tell you?
Dude.
Again, we're gonna need a...
Dude.
I'm thinking probabilistic amplitude parsing in situ. Or suppressive fire.
What are you doing?
Tough choice.
Nah.
What are you doing? Whose pancake was in the fridge? The chocolate one. Okay, well I ate it, so I know it wasn't mine, but I took it anyway, so I didn't eat the potatoes though. Yep. course, how can I not?
The only way we're going to retrieve all of the data is to shoot the balloon down as soon as possible. So bring down that balloon, download that data, and get ready.
He stole her parking space and she's disabled. I mean, yeah, she had a cane, bro, and like if you looked at her build, no offense to her, but she was clearly like physically disabled. They do have disability parking spaces for a reason. Dude, how many people in the world do you think, like, they just park in disability spots and just make a fake freaking disability? Like, you know the cards you put in your mirror? How many people do you think just have a fake one? Because, like, that's a good, like, question to ask. Because, like, it's crazy that people do that crap. No. And I don't condone that. I don't condone those actions, by the way. Freaking stealing disability people's. I don't condone taking their spots. I'm just asking a question. How many people do you think take them? Yeah. Oh, you mean lazy? Yeah, let's just, instead of going to the store, getting our blood pumping and moving, let's just, I'm kidding, of course, but, you know. I'm ripping on people who come pick up stuff instead of going into the store themselves. I'm not ripping on him. Well, actually, I am ripping on him because he's stealing parking spaces from people.
Maybe the home-based computer is right. Maybe humanity's doomed.
I mean, look at these animals. They're not fighting each other. They're not eating each other. They're not wearing a stupid cloak.
What is going on?
Fighting is part of the natural order.
They definitely eat each other.
I saw a chicken wearing a cloak, and it changed me.
Yeah, fighting is part of the natural order. Fighting is part of the natural order. Shut your dumb hang up. Like, oh my gosh, dude. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it's okay. Like, be a bigger person, frickin' do the right thing instead of just blaming your problems on, oh, it's natural. Like, be a bigger frickin' person. Like, oh my gosh. Some people don't want to take any frickin' accountability nowadays. Try to justify every motherfucking little bad thing they're doing. And trying to say, oh, well, it's natural. Like, no, it's not natural. We weren't created to frickin' do that crap. Get over your dang self. Who's he talking to? Oh. Anyways, y'all, I wanted to say, I apologize for saying that so rudely. I was mostly kidding. Well, and everything I said was right. Everything I said was correct. I said it in a mean way, so I apologize for saying it in a mean way. The person who left the freaking game we were playing, I was kidding. Well, obviously everything I said was true, but I was saying it in a joking way. So I wasn't trying to like offend anybody or be rude. I was just joking. Everything I said was true, but I was just joking. So, yeah, I shouldn't have said it the way I did. So my apologies, but you know, whatever. I really gotta mute myself when I'm in these freaking games. Oh, we're not gonna win, bro. Oh my gosh. If we win this, I will be a very hungry caterpillar. I will be a very hungry caterpillar.
As a man of science, combat is my area of expertise. But everything your team is doing appears to be awesome. Maybe a little gross and upsetting, but, you know, overall helpful.
Well, I'm just going to let it happen. Just gotta let it happen.
Trial successfully retrieved.
You know, I might, be able to salvage this. I don't think I will, though.
Commander, you're gonna want to see this. If one of your soldiers gets 3 eliminations in a row, it seems to activate some sort of passive scientific battle on. Yep, the Navy is backing up our observations. Try it yourself.
Hey, donkey. Donkey, what would you say if I did it? If I did it? Crapped on the couch. Did you crap on the couch, Shrek? No.
Another file.
Remember? So what's your name? What? So what's your name? No. That was funny. That was literally funny. Quite literally was hilarious. Quite literally. Literally. Okay, so we're gonna come here, gonna go here, gonna come here, gonna come here. Okay, we're gonna change it back to this guy. Okay, and we're gonna come here, and we're going to come down here. How do I leave? Here we go, I see it. You notice Overwatch is in the game? Who would have saw that? Who would have saw that? Said who would have saw that? Well, guys, I think that's going to be the end of the stream. Thank you all so much for people who joined and chatted in the chat. Sucks, some of y'all, you know, none of y'all could play the game with me, but it's okay. I know it's late, and yeah, you know, it makes sense why people couldn't join. So if you don't want to join, it's okay. I respect your decision. But yeah, we're gonna see y'all, and y'all have a great one. See y'all in the next stream.